On La Verita TV, this is Storytime with Kenny.
Storytime with Kenny on La Verita TV. Storytime, Kenny's got a tale. Real life stories inspiring without fail. La Verita TV, where truth is told.
On today's show, there is a twist as usual. We have a guest with us in the studio. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Aunty Kenny.
Please can you introduce yourself?
My name is Opu Mary Cynthia.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And you're glowing.
Thank you.
So our guest in the studio today will be throwing in our contribution on the story today. Let's quickly go for a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be telling the story.
You got what it takes to do it. You got what it takes to do it now. You can make it, you can make it. You can make it, you can make it.
Forget what you're going through. Focus on where you're going to. Forget the numbers of times you fall. Look up and you can get up. Foes want you down. Father wants you up. Full of your dream and you gon' make it. Cause life is what you make it, my brother, and we gon' make it. My sister, you a diamond, they can never ever break you. Look up to the sky, let the most high elevate you. Flip your critics, they got a headache, then let them get the medic. We never panic, we're standing firm, developing.
Welcome back. And the story for today goes like this. I grew up in a family where there was love and unity and trust. But along the way, I lost my dad. And it was just I and my mom, a Christian background, and also from a white garment church. And everything was moving smooth and everything was moving fine until we changed our location. We parked to a new environment. And that environment we parked in, there was a church close to us. There was a church close to us, which was led by a shepherd, who can be called a prophet. And my mom was a dedicated member of the church. Around that time, I was around 14, going to 15. And lo and behold, what happened? The prophet was like, this your daughter, she looks like someone who is possessed. And my mom is this kind of person that believes anything that comes from a prophet because she feels, is the mouthpiece of God. And when my mom asked him what is the way forward, he said, okay, the only way forward is if you can bring, and mind you, the man is a married man, he is married. And he said, the only way forward is if you can bring your daughter over to my house so that I can mentor her as a prophet. My mom was like, no problem. Is it not for her to be at your place? Yes, no problem. She can stay there. After all, what is she even doing at home? Why is she even helping me with nothing? I refused. I told my mom no. I didn't want to go, but my mom was like, you have to go. You have no choice. But then I can't disobey my mom. I went there. I was staying with the prophet, his wife, and his 2 kids. Everything was moving okay. Not until one night, should I say he was possessed by the spirit? I don't know. He came to my room, he knocked. I opened the door. And when he came, he started touching me. But I was like, what is he trying to do? And he was like, no, I'm trying to remove the spirit from you because you are possessed by the spirit. I said, okay, no problem. Before I could even say yes or no, he had his way with me. He forced me. Yes, he forced me. I was broken. I was shattered. I cried my eyes out all through the night. Why? Because he betrayed me. Even when I tried to struggle with him, no, he refused until he forced himself on me. And at that time, I was a virgin. It was very painful. And the next day, he told me, he said, you dare not tell anyone about what happened. You tell anyone, this is what will happen, this is what will happen. I said, no problem. But meeting my mom, I felt, my mom is going to take action and remove me from the house. I explained everything to my mom. And the next thing my mom will shout is, Dake, don't let anybody hear you. Don't let anybody hear me after someone abused me. And my mom felt I was trying to tarnish the image of the prophet. I tried to explain and speak out, but my mom said no. From the initial stage, you didn't want to go. And you being the bad child, I know you're trying, somebody sent you to spoil the image of the prophet. And since the person I trusted more in this world could not trust me enough to believe what I had to say, I went back to the house. And since he had his way the first night, it became a usual thing. I lived every night in fear and terror. Because why? I know the devil himself will be coming to visit me that night. And it was on and on and on and on. From the age of 15 going, he always had his way with me. And during this period or during this time, I lost my self-confidence. Yes, I lost everything within me. It was as if my life was broken, my life was shattered. Because why? Looking to the left, there was nobody I could tell my problem. And also looking to the right, there was nobody I could tell my problem. Because this was a prophet or a shepherd people see like a god, a small god. But what happened? Life was moving smooth. And despite the fact that during all this period, I had a lot of abortion for the prophet, but still yet, I wallow in my pains without anyone to tell my story. Not until one time after 2 years later, I got terribly sick. And my mom was called upon. And the usual, since it was a church now, they kept administering different prayer water, candles, and the rest. But when they saw the situation was worse than they could think, they called upon my mother. And when she came, she took me to the hospital. That was when my world fell apart. And when they took me to the hospital, a lot of tests, questions were asked, how do you feel, how do you feel? And when the tests would come out, even my mom could not talk. The first thing she could shout was Jesus. But at this moment, is it Jesus that will save the situation on ground? Because why? Everything was before her, but she could not do what? She could not help me. But let's quickly go for a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we'll be hearing the details of the story.
My name is Adekunle Komolafe. I'm the MD CEO, La Verita TV production. I want to talk about a few things that we do in this organization. We help cover events, we shoot videos, musical videos, all kind of photo shoots, marital photo shoots, birth photo shoots, graduation photo shoots. We cover all of those. If you want us any of all the services, the numbers will be under this video. You can call. And we also help people investigate their relationship. Perhaps you find yourself in a relationship, probably a distance relationship, and you are not sure of who you are with, and you want us to help you investigate so that you know what to do. We have a capable team who can carry out the investigation. And of course, it's not for free. We charge you for that. And we also have an organization. This is our NGO. We touch life, most especially the widows, the orphanage, and the less privileged. We fund them. We help their businesses. We help send people to school. And the good thing about us is that every of our businesses, we have certain percentage we take off that we dedicate to the NGO. And so the more you patronize us, the more life we touch. And I give you my word that every of our services that you subscribe into or you ask for, be rest assured that we will not compromise excellence. We will give you the best. Thank you.
Welcome back. So after the Jesus, she shouted, I looked at her in fear because I was wondering what other shouting could be more than what I have been passing through. I mean, what other should I say pains would she be going through after seeing the results? But lo and behold, I was HIV positive. Who could have been the cause of my frustration? But at that moment, I felt like dying, as if my life has come to an end. It was painful though. The doctor asked, he said, can you recall how you contacted this? The only thing I could tell the doctor, it is well. It is well, even in a situation that there was no turning back for me, because my life had come to an end at that moment. HIV positive. Because I expected it should be the usual malaria, fever, and everything. But it was HIV of all things. And the doctor, to comfort me now, she said, no, you don't have to cry. It's not a big deal. There are a lot of people living with HIV in our world today. For HIV at the age of 17. And my mom was crying and wailing. And that was when I used the opportunity. I trusted the doctor enough. Because my mom was there and the doctor was there. Then I told them the whole story. And how I contacted the HIV/AIDS. The HIV. My mom cried and blamed herself. And there was one thing I told her that I could still remember. I said, as long as this world remains, I disown her as my mother. Why? And at that moment, I didn't even blame the prophet. No. I didn't blame the prophet for all the pains and the struggle it put me through. And I became a shadow of myself. No. I didn't blame the prophet. I blamed my mother. So what brought me into this world that should be there for me when I needed her the most? What? She broke me. She rather trust a prophet. She rather trust someone else than trust her own child. And now I have to live the whole of my life on drugs. Yes. From the age of 17 till when life will come to an end, I have to be on drugs. But it's painful though. And what happened? I left my mother because I told her, I said, as long as this world remains, I dare not set an eye on her. And for the prophet, I didn't know the way they ended the whole issue. Because I know definitely my mom will go back to him, but that is none of my business. Yes, they can actually deal with their own situations. Because they trusted each other. My mom trusted him enough to believe him over me. Then fine. She knows how to tackle the issue. That is if people will believe her. But for me, I am moving to a world where no one, when I say no one, no relative will ever come in contact with me. And I hope this story gets well to the viewers. So, Miss Cynthia, what do you have to say about this story? It's pathetic, yeah?
Seriously, this story is very, very pathetic. It's annoying. Like, it's not all women that just give birth that should be called a mother.
Definitely.
It's not all. Look at how this woman tarnished the life of her daughter just because of church. I don't blame some guys that, like some guys that are married that said that their wife will not go to church, or like even if you want to go to church, but sleeping in church, calling pastor dad and all that, they don't like it.
Yes.
You should just go there because you know you want to serve God. But anything other than that is madness. Is madness. Like, look at how this woman ended the life of a poor child, an innocent girl,
A promising young girl.
so I think that all the blames goes to the woman, everything. Because if she had listened to this girl from the day one, when she was telling her, giving her signs and all of that, they wouldn't have gotten to this extent. They won't be there, because I know that now she won't be sorry for just for her daughter. She will be sorry for herself also, because she lost a child.
She lost.
Even though she's alive, she lost her. How is she going to explain? Like, she will sleep and wake up to realize that her child is living with HIV. Will she even trust God? Will she even go to church again? What is she going to do now? So the thing is, like, the story is it's so pathetic that I don't even know how to put my mouth. Like, so, but I know that the girl is a strong girl. And for her to even be alive until that moment, I know that God will still see her through.
Yeah.
There is God. And for the mom, anything that she sees, let her take it like that. She just look at a young girl. She's going to be living on drugs throughout the rest of her life. Throughout the rest of her life, she just ended the girl, her destiny. Like, you know, some young girls, this, you just be like, she committed suicide.
Yeah.
Is this kind of thing?
That's what causes it.
And other people outside won't even hear, because this kind of story, they won't allow it to get outside. So you will just sleep and wake up to hear that she committed suicide, she killed herself, without knowing the full story behind it.
Yes.
I think parents need to do better, especially when it comes to female children. You should know how you relate your female child with guys, with boy, even if he's a child. The two are not supposed to be together. Not to talk of a pastor or a prophet. Taking your child to the prophet's house, like, for what? If you know that you're not capable to give
under the mentorship.
If you know that you're not capable to give your child the training she requires, why giving birth to her? Why giving birth to her? So you want a man of God, a pastor. I know she has no bad intentions to do that, but that knowledge that a pastor will inculcate to your child, you as well can pass it to the child. The only thing it requires is full attention and time. So I don't know, some parents should really do better.
And that was a lovely one, because even me right now, I'm actually lost of words, because after I came across the story, the first thing that came to my mind is what you just said. You said not all women who have a child or give birth to a child should be called mother, because the word mother is strong.
Seriously.
You being a mother, you should be willing and able to do what? Protect your child. Because I see no reason why you as a mother, a child will come, a child of 15 years, 15 years, not even 2 years, 3 years or 4 years, will come and tell you, so person is molesting me. And you as a mother will feel, oh, you're trying to tarnish the image of a prophet. And I see no reason why you, a single mother, yes, she's a single mother, you say, yes, you want to entrust your child to a prophet. Oh, I want you to grow under the mentorship. Are you not supposed to be the first mentor of your child? Your child should look up to you.
Seriously.
But in this situation, she felt, okay, I think the prophets can do more. And after the countless abortion, it didn't end there. You have to do what? Give her HIV.
I think if this woman, is not like she didn't pay attention, because even if your child didn't tell you, Mom, this is what I'm passing through, you will see through her. Okay, a child that doesn't know anything, you don't know, man, like, when she start doing things, start eating things that she's not supposed to eat, or things she's not supposed to do, her body features change. So when you see some things that is not supposed to be in your child's body, maybe rapid growth and all of that, like a child that is flat, in 6 months you have seen her breast like as big as my own, you should know that something is wrong. So I think she wasn't just paying attention, not just that the kid, maybe she's stubborn and all that. No, you don't tell me that. She doesn't deserve to be called a mother
At all.
I think this motherhood, I think they should work for it before they call them mother.
Seriously. Because the thing now is, this lady in particular, or this girl in particular, she has become a shadow of herself.
Exactly.
Because that's when you see situations of all men are evil. Yes, all men are evil. Because why? He was the first person to have sex with her. She lost her virginity through the same prophet.
Yeah.
And mothers, on the other hand, need to do better. Yes, mothers need to do better.
Seriously.
So, Miss Cynthia, I'd like you to give a word, because at this instance, at this junction, she said she's not really looking for an advice. That she only needs words of encouragement so that she can live the rest of her life, because the deed has been done already. If only she can take back the hands of time, she would have done better. And I also know the mother, on the other hand, is making such regrets, same regrets at this moment. So I would like you to give a word of encouragement to that lady out there.
Okay. For anybody that has this story, I know that you're a strong girl, even though you are little. But for you to bear this burden to this point, without trying to kill yourself or trying to do anything stupid to end your life, it shows that you're a strong girl. And for God that brought you to this point, I know that He's going to see you through. Just keep living on your medicine. Don't skip any dosage or do any stupid things that you're not supposed to do because of your situation. Keep taking your medicine and trust God is going to put you in a better position. There are some other people out there that has the same sickness, but they are living okay. They still got to where they want to be in life. So just take life easy and trust the process. You are going to be okay, my love.
Thank you. That's a very beautiful one, Miss Cynthia, and we really appreciate. Thank you on our behalf. So, dear lady out there, this is actually not the end of life. Not at all. Like the doctor said, he said, having HIV or living with HIV is not the end of your life. Not at all. All you need to do is live on your retroviral drugs. And if you should take it with all righteousness, I know you'll be better. Life didn't end when you had your first rape. No. I believe God has a purpose for you. If only you can pray, watch, that purpose will come to fulfillment. And don't take drastic decisions that you regret later in life. I believe this will also pass. It's a test, yes. A lot of people tend to pass through situations they cannot say. That's why there's this saying that na clothes they cover am. We all have problems and situations we cannot speak out. Why? Because we are scared of what the society will say. I know you are strong and you continue to be strong. So that's all on Storytime on La Verita TV. If you like your stories to be shared, you can send an email to contact@laveritatvproductions.com. And you can also follow us on all our social media handles. On X is La Verita TV Ltd. On Instagram is La Verita TV Ltd. On YouTube is La Verita TV Ltd. On TikTok is MOFW Dating. And you can also follow us on our Facebook handle, La Verita TV News NG, and also Adekunle Komolafe Foundation TV. That's all on Storytime with Kelly. See you next week when I bring more true life story your way. I remain your host for today's show, Kehinde Mohammed. And from all of us in the studio, we say
Bye.
Redemption and hope, a journey to unfold. Labyrinth TV, where hearts are made whole. Storytime with Kenny, a story to be told. Labyrinth TV, where stories come alive. Kenny's story, a testament to the power of the drive. To overcome, to rise above. Storytime with Kenny, a story of hope. Labyrinth TV, where stories come